Welcome to another edition of 42 Straight Years In. On my crackhead update, I went out the side exit door, and this is a guy. I thought it was a guy. It's a female. She sleep at the bus stop. She got a grocery cart and all the stuff. Man, it is cold. I can imagine what it was like before daylight hours. And I was standing out there smoking a cigarette. She came over. I can look at this lady and tell her she cold as the sun of a gun. And she asked for a cigarette. I gave it to her. I said, why you don't go to a shelter? I said, the city of Dallas is paying for motel rooms. She said, no, my daughter's coming to get me. And I've been seeing this lady for over a month at this bus stop. Every time I go out that door or I drive past, she's at that bus stop. And she said, my daughter's coming to get me. I said, you want me to take you to your daughter? She said, no, I've never been there by myself. I don't even know where she lives. I said, well, I got a computer. I can find her. Just tell me her name. She said, no, that's okay. She know my situation. She coming to get me, and I'm going to move in with her and take care of my grandson. Man, I could see this lady. She got organic stuff going on, I can tell. There's no daughter. She is trying to justify being at that bus stop, trying to hang on something to cling to so she can make it another day. A whole lot of wishful thinking. So I went back in and scrambled 2 eggs real fast and 3 slices of toast, garlic toast. And I got the coffee, I got the water hot until it was boiling. And I took it back out there and gave it to her. Man, that lady gobbled that stuff down. I made the coffee super hot because it's cold outside. I didn't want it to cool off real fast while she eat it. And she didn't talk fly or anything. She didn't ask for no money. And I gave her the food. Now, they go to show you a lot of these people got organic stuff going on. That's why they on the street. And this lady is a prime example. And she's not even old. I'm looking at her, I'm saying, I wonder how old your daughter, if you got one. Because she looked to be in her 30s. You know, I don't know. I don't try to judge her. I've just provided the little assistance I can. It's sad that I can't invite her inside the house where she get warm, take her a good shower, and at least sleep on the couch and get some sleep. You can't trust people nowadays. You know, I don't know what she got going on, and me and my old lady go to sleep and she wake up and shoot both of us, set the house on fire. I don't know what her issues is, but you can't take no chance with these people. That hurts me. You can't help them. That's my crackhead update. My last video was kind of touching to a lot of people. I had a mixed review, but I would remember at the Mark Stiles unit in Beaumont, Texas, this young white guy. So me and him was talking one day because he played basketball, and I think our squad had lost. So we was plotting who else we can pick on our team where we can win. You stay on the court as long as you win. As long as you got a winning squad, somebody else got to get up, but you stay out. So everybody want to get their hoop on. So me and him was talking, and he started telling me about his case. When he was 18, he had a 16-year-old girlfriend. He got her pregnant. Her family went and had charges filed on him. So they charged him with rape of a child and gave him 10 years in prison. When his girlfriend turned 18, she married him by proxy. I know he got visits all the time. And I had been in visitation with him. I always see this young pretty chick come to visit him with his parents. But they made that man serve all 10 years, even though that is his wife. You know, something about these laws need to be changed. parole laws or the criminal justice system. Here this man is done married, the chick married him. So it was no RAPE. It was voluntary consensual. And her parents got pissed because probably they wanted their daughter to go to college and they know she was sleeping around. But when she turned 18, she married this guy. And he had 10 years. And he served every day of it. No parole. They made him do every day of it. He was 28 when he got released. Now, I've talked about this in several other videos. I met a guy named Escobedo. His case is in the Texas law book. Man, they treat this guy real bad, man. He hang by himself in prison. He don't bother nobody. He hang along. He never get mail, never had money. He hustle off his prison job. So me and him was talking one day out on the rec yard. I was at the pull-up bar. And he always stand by the handball court. Just stand around, or he'd have some guy come talk to him. The majority of the time, he by himself. This man had been locked up 13 years. And he was telling me, he said, hey man, I would look at a lot of Hispanic inmates, they treat him real bad. I was in the chow hall one day, and he was sitting there eating, he had fried chicken. A guy come over and just took his tray from him with his food on it. Just took it. He didn't try to fight or do nothing. They just took his tray. Went over there and put it on the table and divided his tray up with his homeboys. He just got up and left out of the chow hall. So me and him was talking. And he said, man, you got a pretty good outlook on things, man. You mind if I talk to you about my cases, man? Somebody got to help me, man. He see I would go to the law library, and I done helped several guys. And he explained his case to me. He had filed divorce on his wife. He filed a petition. Normally it's the other way around. The wife filed a petition, but he filed a petition. And to keep him from getting custody of his two daughters, she had the two daughters to take the stand to say that he, SEX, abused them. And they indicted him and gave him a life sentence. He got the divorce all right, but he got a life sentence right along with that divorce. And she got custody of the two daughters. So at the time, my mother is still alive, so I got good outside help. So I asked him, I said, man, where are your daughters? And he said, I don't know. He said, they're grown now. He said, I don't know where they are. So I had my mother track them down. And she contacted them and said, hey, your dad is locked up and he want to have a communication. He said, my mother came to visit me. Man, she was so excited. She said, hey, that guy's daughter said they've been looking for him. You know, everybody don't know how to locate people in a prison. It's an easy process. It's a phone call away. You can call Huntsville and they will tell you what prison that guy's located at and his prison number. The information easy to find. There's no secret. You can send them an email or you can make a phone call. Either way. Or you can go online. But a lot of people don't know nothing about that. They don't deal with jails and institutions, so they don't know how to do it. Anyway, she said, I need that guy's name and number where they can contact him. So I gave her the information. In about a week, he received letters from his two daughters. They came to visit him. He had to do emergency, go beg the warden to put him on his visitation list because it's a long process. If you request a visitation change, sometimes it take a month, 2 weeks, it all depends. But he went and begged the warden, hey, I ain't never had a visit. I ain't never seen my daughters since they got grown. One was 7 and one was 9 when he got locked up. And they came to visit him. And they told him, our mother told us to tell CPS that. Man ain't never did nothing to these two young girls. their mother coerced them into saying that to get him in trouble where she'll get custody. And this man's serving a life sentence for that. So I contacted the staff counsel for inmates. That's the lawyers who the prison system pay to assist inmates. Sometimes they do a good job on certain issues, child custody, child support. They do a good job. Anyway, this counsel substitute, staff counsel inmate attorney, he took interest in this case. Got them to sign sworn affidavits and got this man's case overturned and prosecution dismissed. They go to show you, really, if you're a male, you don't stand a chance. I've met so many guys incarcerated who will tell you, hey, man, I was with this lady and we agreed on X amount of crack. When we get to the motel, she turned it into something else. And I would purchase that. Then it goes to something else. So finally, she did what she's supposed to do. Now, when it's time for us to separate it, she wants something extra. I don't give it to her. She called the cops on me and say I RAPE'd her. Police ain't gonna ask you no questions. Handcuffed, put in the car, county jail, $100,000 bond. You ain't got money to get out. Public defender for attorney. 50-year sentence for you if you out of Dallas County. It's too many situations like that. And I got a guy here in Dallas who I played a major role in getting his case overturned. Same way at the Pulaski unit. He came talk to me. I noticed this guy, man, he never say anything, man. He's real quiet. But he could fight good as a son of a gun. He was no gang member. He didn't take no crap from none of them young gang members. He a young guy. He didn't take no crap from him at all. He'll beat the brakes off of him. And they avoid him like the plague because they know he's head up. They ain't stand a chance on him. Oh, they might can rat pack him 5 or 6 of them. But one, he'll beat him to death. Anyway, me and him was talking one day and he asked me to help him. He said, man, telling me his case. I done heard so many stories, so I asked him, show me the proof. So when we went in the cell block, left the rec yard, he went and got a letter. Well, this young girl, he said he was living at this lady's house. She was a nurse at Parkland Hospital. She a RN. She worked the night shift. So she trusted him there with her daughter. And they were in a relationship. He said the little girl would come in. When the mama would leave the little girl to go get naked and walk in the living room, he's sitting there playing a video game. The little girl would come in, try to sit in his lap and all this. And he said, man, I never touched her. I'm listening at this. And I said, man, I got proof. I want to see this fantastic proof he got. He had a letter where this young girl had wrote him. He had a 50-year sentence. He from Dallas. He right here in Dallas now. He waiting on the Court of Criminal Appeals to rule on his case. They acquitted him, but they didn't say actual innocence, so he can't get compensated for that time he spent in prison. So he waiting on the Court of Criminal Appeals to say that it was actual innocence. Then he got to get compensated by the state of Texas. Anyway, he had a letter where this young girl wrote him and said, you will give me $5,000. She's an adult now. She was 16 then. She's 28. You give me $5,000, I'll get you out of prison. I'll go tell them people that I just lied on you. So he got the letter. So I said, man, I took the letter. The next day I go to work. I take it in there to the ward. I said, man, this guy here needs some help. He said, shit, a lot of inmates here need some help. I say, but this guy here, he got proof. He didn't rape this young chick, man. So he read the letter. So me and him went down. Each maximum security prison in Texas has Attorney General police officers stationed there. So we went down to the OIG office. And he showed it to them. OIGs are pretty slick. They say, okay, we'll set her up. They let him use a cell phone to call her. They recorded, sitting right in the office, recording everything. And he talked to her. Started talking about money, and she said the same thing on videotape. That I'll get you out of prison if you give me the money. They took that evidence. Now he got the best witness in the world. He got the Attorney General of Police to witness for him that this chick had just lied on him and got him in prison. He said, this is what happened. The little girl started blackmailing. He said he was too afraid to tell her mother because her mother might say, yeah, you messed with my daughter, and he still get locked up. He said she started out giving her $50 a week. Then it go to $100. Now I want an iPhone. Now I want $150 a week. He said, so what he did is moved out. The little girl called him and said, it don't make no difference about you moving. You still gonna give me my money because I'm gonna report you. So he was stuck between a rock and a hard place. When he stopped providing money, that's when she went to her mother, and then they went to the police, and there it is, he locked up. 50-year sentence, man, never been in trouble in his life. 50 years. The jury sentenced him to 50 years in prison. And his case got overturned, but they did not say he was actual innocent. Now he's having an en banc hearing before the Court of Criminal Appeals. That means all 9 judges. So it takes a little time to get that type of hearing in front of the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals. Now he got all the evidence. He got the police officers testifying in his behalf. They got the recording. You know, we just waiting to see what's going to happen. And he'll be compensated. He spent 11 years in prison. And under Texas law, under the government code, Section 501, they got to compensate him $80,000 a year for every year he was incarcerated. Then they got to provide him with a stipend the rest of his life. So he will be a millionaire. You know, but we waiting. Matter of fact, I just got off the phone with him earlier, and he's doing okay. He working, doing okay. And I have seen that wench who set him up. I said, man, this is pitiful. You know, it take a strong man to go for that. He said, man, I don't have no animosity toward her. He said, many days in prison, I thought about doing her when I get out. He said, man, I don't have no animosity. That's water under a bridge, man. All I'm trying to do is go forward with my life. You know, he's a real positive guy. But I've seen this stuff play out a lot of times. Now, you know, they don't ever take the man's version. How you gonna prove that it wasn't an RAPE? That can happen to any guy. Any guy. I've even read case law where a wife has said the same thing. Where he forced me. Come on now. But that's the way the ball game is played. You can't win it all. You know, that's why Blackport I live at, there's a lot of hot-bodied women live here. Some of them got husbands. If they think they can level up, that's why they ask you the secret question. What do you do for a living? They're trying to determine what your income is. Well, they maybe can get some money out of you because your income may be more than what their husband or their boyfriend bringing to the table, and they can level up. Seems like that's their favorite line. What do you do for a living? My answer is always the same. I just live. They don't know how to interpret that. I said, I just live. She said, oh, well, I see you do that, but I mean, how do you make your money? I say, I make it. I don't never, man, I'm not playing no question and answer with you. Who are you, a detective, somebody? What you worrying about? My business. But people are nosy like that. And I'll keep your shanks ready. Because we might have to ride on these fools. They're acting crazy. And I hope the homeless people stay warm because it's kind of brisky up here in Dallas to be sleeping on the outside. Easy to get the pneumonia. And a shout out to Mr. Ronaldo Torres. He just sent me a text message. He is symptomatic for COVID-19. He said he's all right. He's been resting in bed and taking vitamins and vitamin C. So far, he's all right. Y'all like and subscribe. Join me over on Patreon where I'll be wilding out. The link will be in the description below. I thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a good day.